Yo, I'd like to give a big shout out to the subscriber that you see, Insano VOR3. He left a comment that was so powerful. It prompted me to start recording right now. I was going to record this message later tonight, but after reading this, I said, wow. I said to myself, I have to get on this. What he just wrote, it summed up everything that I was feeling today. This is one of the best comments that I have read since I've had this channel. Let me read what he wrote. He said, bro, a lot of your subscribers are just agents, man. They supported your knowledge and beliefs until you go deeper into the truth. Literally, nothing you said or mentioned goes against anything you have said in older vids. And trust me, I'm an old subscriber. Like you said, everyone has a breaking point. LMAO. I guess he was laughing. And that prophecy has certainly been fulfilled. As you can see, many of LSOTB subbies now think he's godless or that he is sick or immoral. And what he said is absolutely 100% true. So true that I'm making it the screenshot for today's subject matter that I'm about to go into. And what I'm about to speak about is the title of this video is Human Prison Bars Explained. I have never explained it good enough, I believe, because the HPB terminology, it wasn't on the first channel. It's something that came about on the new channel. And I need to go into detail about the human prison bar system, explained thoroughly. Because like he pointed out, you can see it. It's exposed. So I'm going to jump right into it. You can especially see it with the females. Now you understand why certain MGTOW content creators, they don't even want females in their room. They don't even want females in their chats because they create confusion. They create a split. All you have to do is scroll through the comments section and you will see beta males teaming up with females. But it's not the 90% of the time, it'll be a comment that a female leave and a beta male will hop on it and giggle and laugh and add his 2 cents, supporting the comment. And even today, if you go through the comment section, it's been several females, and I'm not going to give them any shine because they're not worth it. I asked them simple questions about what it was that you had a problem with. Do you think I got an answer? No. What have I been telling y'all about these women? They do not think logically. They all about emotions. Look what he said. I'm going to read what he wrote because this is like a scripture to me. It's about to explain perfectly what these females are like. He said it. Literally, nothing you said or mentioned goes against anything you have said in older vids. And trust me, I'm an old subscriber. That's not the part I wanted to read. I wanted to read the first part. He says, a lot of your subscribers are just agents, man. They supported your knowledge and beliefs until you go deeper into the truth. And he remembers me making that prophecy that a lot of people are going to go away. I said that in the red light edition. I said, we're going to get darker and darker, and you're going to see the separation. They're going to start revealing themselves and jumping off of this train because they can't take it. And like he said, it's the same information that I've always talked about. The only difference is I used a visual this time. And what it is two things. See, images like this, it makes females who don't have this type of body, it makes them feel insecure about themselves. It makes them feel envious and jealous about the female that they are seeing that's getting the attention. Because they know the ladies look good. They know the asses look good. And they know that every man in the world would love hitting that from the back. Way more than if they was bent over. You see, that's why they don't have profile pics, because they don't look like that. And I'm not saying it's all about looks, but in the video that I posted, these 3 MGTOW twerk videos, I was just using these images as a prop to bring out a greater truth. Because we learn through picture and word association, like I've said times before. They just can't handle the truth. And the beta males who tag along with the insecure, jealous females, they've never had a woman like this. But I have. You see, and they feel inadequate. Maybe they don't got enough manhood, or maybe they don't have enough confidence to approach a female like this. Or maybe they too busy reading astrology charts. So this is exposing the real from the fake. Just like I wanted it to. And you know what? They fell for the trap. I told you everything I do on this channel is a strategy. I got all those people to fall for the trap. Y'all ain't realized yet who you dealing with, left side of the brain. Everything I do is like chess. Everything I do is like chess. And I knew that the ones that was hiding in the background, that they was going to come out of the woodwork. Now they have revealed themselves. People who was like, oh, great video just 2 weeks ago. Now they have done a complete total 180. They've turned their back on left side of the brain. All because of the information that, and you know the crazy thing about it? The information, irrefutable. Nobody, when you read the comments, nobody has said anything that makes sense against everything that I have said in these 3 MGTOW twerk videos. Nobody. It was a couple females I asked. I said, since you know everything, and I'm paraphrasing, since you know everything, tell me what will attract a man to a female greater than the image that you see before you. Do you think I got a response? No, because they know I'm telling the truth. But see, a human prison bar, now here's a great analogy I'm about to drop. A human prison bar, they are like sirens that come on when somebody is releasing information that has the potential to free the mind of somebody who will have the potential to free the mind of another person. You see, they came out when the pressure was applied even more and more. Now I'm gonna take my time with this. I'm not gonna rush with this. You see how they You see how they started to speak when the pressure came out, started being applied more and more. You see how they started to come out even louder. And like I was saying, inside of a regular prison made out of steel and concrete, if a inmate escapes from a cell, a siren will come on, some type of alarm will come on, but the alarm doesn't say why it came on. It just comes on. It just start making a sound. Beep, 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 beep. If you ask the alarm, why are you making this sound? It will not tell you why it's making a sound. It's just making a sound to alert the prison guards. So basically, when you look in the comment section and you see me ask, go through the comments and look at it. When you see me ask these people, tell me, since you know better than me, you will see they come back with ad hominem attacks. They come back with anything other than answering the question, because they just like that alarm. They just make a buzzing noise. They go off, but they don't go off in a sense of telling you why they are ringing and buzzing. They don't tell you. And that's another way you can tell a human prison bar from us. Better yet, that's how you can distinguish us from them. Because when you ask me something, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a reason. I'm not going to sit and you ask me something and I'm going to say, oh, shut up, big head. You see, that's the equivalent of what they do. They'll make a ad hominem attack, but they won't tell you. They won't answer the question. When I ask, okay, if this video is so bad, if what I'm showing is so bad, and if men are not attracted to this, what you see before you, then what they're attracted to? They can't tell you. Because if they told you the truth, they would be admitting that they were out of line for coming out against me in the first place. And because they can't do that, that just shows how egotistical and how evil they really are. They really have an evil presence. Another thing about human prison bars, they are illogical. They are irrational. When you ask them questions, they can't give you answers. I'm a person that deals with logic. I need concrete answers. We are not children. We are adults. I guess these bodies are just an illusion anyway. So just because somebody is in an adult body, that don't mean they are an adult. Because I'm at the point, like I said, light creates illusion. So you might see a person look like they 50, look like they 30, look like they 25. That don't mean they are adults in the mind. So yeah, I have to even correct myself. These people are children that I'm dealing with. Children. And they just come to the channel because they like the information. They like how I say things. And guess what? They are also learning from me. You see, that's why they keep coming back. But at the same time, they are lingering around because they are being used by the enemy. They got a fight going on within themselves. And they have it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on inside of them. You see, they getting pulled from both sides and torn down the middle, but they choosing to go with the evil side. You see, and it just shows how they operate just like a siren in a prison. You see, they don't tell you what they're making a noise about. They're just making noise to alarm other people to make noise. So they want to fill up the atmosphere with a lot of chitter chatter to distract people from the truth. This is a classical. See, the devil don't got new tricks. He used the same old tricks. He just using different people to do it. Remember I did the video, The Illusion of Difference? It's the same spirits behind different looking faces, but it has the same agenda. They come like wolves in sheep clothing, but it's the same agenda behind it. And that's why I say females, they have proven to me now that all females are organic portals, are human prison bars. There's no other way to say it now. Because we only had a few females subscribers in the first place. Now they have did the female community an injustice. Any little doubt I could have had in my mind about the female population, now they have destroyed it. Because they were the very ones, like he said, paraphrasing what the subscriber said, what the Jag said. All of them was with you in the beginning, but when the information started to get deeper, that's when they came out of the woodwork. He said it. I had to screenshot that comment. That was powerful. This is the best comment I've seen on the channel thus far because it's speaking so much truth. And coincidentally, the second highest commenter on the channel is right underneath him. I'm not going to say the second highest, but one of the loyal subscribers is right underneath him. And I never could pronounce that name. But it just goes to show everything, even the screenshot is a synchronicity. You see what I'm saying? And another thing about these females, even though they are a part of the prison, okay, because a prison is made up of steel and concrete. The bricks in the wall, they are cemented together. So even the prison is a part of the prison. But the prison, okay, let me explain it like this. You know, inside of an actual federal prison, I'm going to tell you how these women operate. Now, okay, before I even go there, no, what should I say first? Okay, I'm going to go here. You know how in a federal prison, you have like prison guards? You have like guards on the watchtower. They have the guns. You have the prison guards at the gate. You have the bus driver who transport the prisoners from prison to prison within the prison system. Okay, even though they still pay taxes and they are still working in the matrix system, having to work, having to get up and go to work, they still are prisoners and slaves in the sense that everybody who has a job is a slave. We all prisoners, right? But even still, they have more freedoms than the actual prisoners inside of the prison itself, right? They can clock out, they can leave the prison. You see, they still have to follow rules, just like the prisoners who are actually prisoners have to follow rules. The only difference is they get to leave, they get a check, they get the cash they check, they get vacation time, they get holiday time. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is how women operate. They have the babies. They have more privileges in this world. Okay? So let's relate it back to the prisoners who are actual prisoners. If the heat broke in the jail and it wasn't working, and when the winter time came, the prisoners, not the prison guards, the actual prisoners would be complaining. They would say, our cells are very cold. Or let's just say if it was summertime and the AC stopped working, they would say, our cells are very hot. But the prison guards, they wouldn't be affected by that. Okay, because they would have a fan on the desk, or they would have like a little portable AC or a little window unit in the back office somewhere. So that's how it is with women. Even though they are under gravity and everything, just like us men, because they have the womb, because they have the option to pick and choose and to turn down certain people. See, all of these women you see commenting, they don't have a problem just bending over like you see, like you saw the girls. They don't have a problem just bending over and telling a man, okay, come and get it. Come on over here and fuck me. They can do that whenever they want to because they pick and choose and modulate who is worthy enough to have sex with them and to impregnate them. You see? So they are not under the same amount of restrictions as you men. A woman, people don't expect a lot from a female. Even if you in a relationship with a female, you're not expecting much from her because really you in a relationship with her based upon how she looks, how sexy she is. And that's why I said, and a lot of them got offended, that the highest form of femininity is sexual attraction, because femininity is all about attracting a male. Femininity in this world, the purpose of it is to attract masculinity. So femininity and masculinity can come together. So femininity can get pregnant by masculinity and thus keeping the circle of life in the prison world going like it's always been. The highest form of femininity is raising a man up, raising up his penis to erection. What else? What other form of femininity can do that more so than the physical aspect of a woman? So when I said this is when they got upset because it highlighted the insecurities that they had inside of themselves. Because, see, women are always in that competition mind state. They are very competitive creatures. Very competitive. And they have a group mentality, and they are very quick to jealousy and quick to envy and very insecure. So when they saw the images of the female, because they knew that this is the highest form of femininity as it relates to masculinity, 9 times out of 10, they don't look as good as the girls. So it made them hate and throw shade. And that made them come against me because in their mind, it was a direct insult to them because they're saying to themselves, I don't look as good as the woman that left side of the brain is displaying. So this is making me feel uneasy about myself. That's what it boils down to. Can I get an amen from the alphas? Put ones up in the comment section. That's what it boils down to. And the beta males, they just don't have a clue. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you about them beta males. They was raised without a father. They don't get much pussy. They got low testosterone. What else? They never participated in any type of heavy sports like football or basketball or something strenuous. They don't lift weights. You see, they was that kid who got bullied in school and the girls protected them and they was raised by their mother. That's where you get those type of comments from. When you get it from those type of men. Those are not real men. You see, they bitches with dicks. The female army, they still need males. They need beta males to have an example. When they point fingers, they can point at me and say, you see, this beta male didn't say that. He on our side. See, if they didn't have no beta males, they would be left out all by themselves. So they need somebody as a compare and contrast. So if they leave left side of the brain, they can just go with the beta male. They can just go over there with Nature Boy. And I'm just using him as a prop because he's a beta male. He represents the astrology reading weak beta males that I speak about. That's our new terminology. The astrology reading weak beta males. That's what we're going to start calling them. The astrology reading weak beta males. So those females, they need those type of men in their corner. And they realize that they can outnumber left side of the brain because females have a gang mentality. It's impossible for a female to not be a human prison bar. I'm going to tell you why. She's the portal. She's a part of the prison, but she is the gate. She allows entry. And it begins with her and it ends with her. She can abort you or she can let you come in. It's all, even during the pregnancy state, you have to prove yourself to a woman. Even before you can talk or think, if she don't like you in her stomach or don't feel like it's time for her to have a baby, she will abort you. So if she will abort you with no justice, even before you can speak up and talk for yourself, imagine what they'll do when they don't like you, when they hear you talk and say something that you don't like. Or excuse me, when you say something that they don't like. If they can kill you in their stomach because they just not feeling the pregnancy, imagine that same mentality, that same evil mentality when they hear you speak. They'll be looking at you like, your mama should have aborted you. So that's why I say females, it's impossible for them not to be human prison bars. I'm telling you. See, when it comes to a woman, she's going to do two things. Like I say, it's two things you can do in this life. You can escape or be sucked in. A female can only do two things. She can submit to a man with a soul, or she's going to submit to a man who is against us, the United Souls. It don't get no more clear than that. Can I get an amen from the alphas again? Put your ones up. It can't get no more clear than that. She's either going to assist the likes of a left side of the brain or the subscriber who left the comment, or she's going to side with the enemy and join forces with the beta males or the astrology reading weak beta males. That's what she's going to do. She's going to side with them or she's going to side with us. That's it. It's no gray area. It's no in between. It's no soft zone. It's either hot or cold. It's no lukewarm. You see? So this is why I say these females, they are what it is. And any doubt that I had in my mind, you can thank the female subscribers on the channel for erasing that. They just proved me. They just proved me wrong. The doubt that I had in my mind, the little 1%, they took that away. It's over with now. They have awakened the old left side of the brain from the old channel when I first started. They have resurrected that man again. So alphas, I guess that's a good thing. We needed that, right? We said we wanted everything to be revealed. So give them a hand clap. Give the females who was down at first and now they've changed position. Give them a hand clap because they just making us stronger. Because what don't kill you makes you stronger. Because how they feel, it's not going to kill me. It's only making me more wiser and stronger. I love to be hated because if you hate it in this world, you're doing something right. I'll say it again. When you are hated in this world, that means you are doing something right. I'm telling you. When you are hated, you are in the minority. Okay? And let's get deeper into the subject matter. We're explaining the human prison bar system even more. And let me tell you this about what's a prison? What constitutes a prison in the first place? Think about it for a second. I'll give you a second to think. What constitutes a prison? Well, since this is not a live stream, you can write what you was thinking in the comment section. But I'm going to tell you what was given to me. A prison is defined by limitations. Simple, one word, limitations. When we came into this world, that's when we became limited. That's when we became limited. When we was placed into these bodies, we became limited. We can only grow a certain height. We can only run a certain speed. We can only jump a certain height. We can only eat a certain amount of food. We can only take so much pain before we pass out. Everything you can think of, we are limited in this body. Okay? So that in itself tells you that this whole world is a prison because everything in this world has limitations. So this entire world system is a prison because it's defined by limitations. And this is a nut house. I'm going to tell you why. You know those straight jackets that they put on people when they go into the insane asylum? That's what your skin is. It's a straight jacket. That's why when you're young, your skin is so tight around your bones. But when it's almost time for you to die, your spirit about to leave your body, what happens to your skin? It loosens up. They releasing you out of the straitjacket. That's the way you can look at it, metaphorically. Your skin aging, starting to sag. That just means the straitjacket has overdue its limitation. It's almost time for you to die. Your hair turning gray means you're getting closer to death. Just like when you see the leaves change colors, your hair start changing color, it's your season of change is on the way. That's what it means. It's just a reflection of the trees that we see. So we are under these limitations, right? And because we have these limitations, we, as the people with the souls, we have to move about in a limited manner. What I mean by that, we have to watch our steps. We got to watch who we around. We got to do things a certain kind of way. We got to avoid certain crowds. Because this world is not free as it stands. Not yet. You see, that day of freedom is coming. That's why when you close your eyes, you're totally free. When you're thinking in your mind, there is no limitations. See, your mind is outside of the body. How I can say this, I had an outer body experience. I had an astral projection experience. So I know firsthand. I'm not just telling you something that I'm guesstimating about. No, this actually happened to me. But everything else, like that involves this body, it's under gravity, it's under pressure. At all times, we are under emotional testing. Because really, a lot of the things, like, they don't have us hooked up to like electric shock plugs or anything like that. Like, most of the things that we go through is just emotional, coming from other people. Okay. Now I was going to make another video for this, but I'm going to see how I can, intertwine the two subjects into this because they really relate. So I think I'll do that. So they try to get at us at an emotional level because they know that through a person's emotions, that's where their health comes from. It's a thing called mental health, and mental health affects physical health, right? So they try to attack us emotionally. You know why they got to attack us emotionally? Think about it on Jaguars. I'm going to tell you. Because we have a shield of protection around us. Remember, they cannot touch the chosen ones physically. We, the chosen ones, at times, we are our own worst enemy. If we allow what's taking place in the secret wars to get at us. See, they can only use our own conscious and lack of emotional strength against us. That's what the isolation is about. You see, when they try to isolate us from society, it's similar to when they put a prisoner in an actual prison in 24/7 confinement to break him down emotionally, to make him go crazy. That's why they don't allow us into the inner cliques, into the inner circles of society, because they trying to break us down emotionally. And our crime is speaking the truth. That's the only crime we committed. In the prison, in the human prison bar system, like these female sirens that went off, that you saw for yourself, you know why they did that? You know why these betas, you know why they sirens went off? Because I broke a rule. I exposed knowledge and information. I had a blueprint that I put into these 3 videos, which would allow people, men, to escape. And they was like, no, I know this just YouTube, but this thing could go worldwide. What if this thing go viral? We got to nip this in the bud right here and now. And that's why you see the subscriber, he wrote, they are just agents. That's it. So we got to become more aware of what we are dealing with. We're dealing with agents out here. If you want to test to see who is a human prison bar or not, when they come at you, just ask them simple questions and watch they don't have an answer. Because it's not about, to them, it's not about what you said. It's about who you are. Just like when they had slavery in America. It wasn't about what black people did to become slaves. It was just because they was black. So that's a metaphor for these human prison bars. What crime can they throw at me? They don't got a crime. Only thing they can say is, he says something I didn't like. He says something that could help somebody possibly escape. So we got to nip it in the bud. And that's what they did. Oh, that's what they tried to do. They didn't do anything. They just exposed themselves. And they fell for my trap. They forgot they was playing with the chess master. That's why silence is your best weapon. But they don't understand that. When you playing chess, you don't think out loud. But guess what? I was playing chess. I got them to think out loud. And I knew it would just be a matter of time. And as I go deeper, even more people are going to speak out. And you know what? I have unleashed the plan. But guess what? It don't even matter because these people don't got no self-control. They're going to still speak out. These people are going to continue to reveal themselves. They fell right into my hands. Beautiful. So I like to thank y'all for doing that. Y'all just told us that you were prison guards in a human prison bar correctional system. Thank you for doing that. Now we know who is who. Brilliant. You can't beat me at chess. I'm trying to tell you. You can't beat me at chess. Chess is a more advanced form of checkers. You can't beat me at chess. Okay? And then what else I wanted to talk about was another thing. These people, it's different forms of human prison bars. Just like a real maximum security prison, and then you got maximum security, you got super max. Y'all help me out in the comment section, but you get what I'm saying. You have different levels of security within the prison system. They have different rankings of prisons, from maximum to super maximum to the ones where you have like the open space where all of the bunks, where the inmates sleep. It's the same way in the human prison system. Some of these people are more potent than others, but it all depends upon the level of knowledge you are at. Now we about to get deep. Now, a person like me in a human prison bar system, I would be considered a super, super, super major threat. Beep, beep, beep. I would be the one that they pull up with the white van and CNN, and I'll be in a bulletproof vest and, quarantine from the rest of the population and, put into an isolation chamber, and the people around me would really be coming at me like real, real, real heavy. Okay? So when you take that metaphor and apply it to a real life situation, that's what some of you face. People be coming at you from all different angles. You super isolated because you in a super, super maximum prison. Nothing you do. I was looking at myself in the mirror today at the barbershop. I went to get an edge up. And when I was looking at my reflection, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. My image. Have you ever looked at your own image in the mirror and it reflects back to you like you reading words off a page, and your own image tells you everything about yourself? That happened to me today. And what it told me was, man, you ain't got a chance in hell thinking you're going to enter this system. You are what you are, and there's nothing you can do about it. I was just looking at myself, and the other men in the barbershop, they was like holding their little conversations about that little trivial stuff. And I was looking at myself. I was looking at myself in the mirror, just saying to myself, I'm not being like secluded because I don't like them, but it's just because I can't fit in with them. My facial contour, everything about me, it just don't fit in. I'm a criminal in their society because I have the truth. And the more isolated you are, the more you don't have friends, the more like you have noticed throughout your life that every social situation you don't fit in, that's because you are a high, maximum security threat to the human prison bar system. Now, when you was younger, notice you was allowed into more public venues because you was young. You was like in county jail. They was still teaching you and stuff, but they wasn't rejecting you yet. You was in county jail. They was indoctrinating you, but you wasn't wise enough yet. like you was a kid, you couldn't talk yet, but the more you grew up and was able to express yourself, that's when you started to commit the crimes, the thought crimes that goes against their world system. The older you got, that's when they started to incriminate you. Because now you was in the courtroom testifying. And even though what you were saying was right, it wasn't right to them. It wasn't right for what they are about. So when you did that, they said, lock them up and take them out of the courtroom. You ever seen like in those courtrooms, those you got the judge and you got those sheriffs in there, and they have that stoic expression on their face, no emotions on their face. And then you can be kicking and screaming. It's like you're screaming and kicking. It's like null and void to them. It's like it doesn't even affect them. It's like they emotionless, and they'll just come and lock you up, and they can nightstick you, black your eye. It's like it don't even bother them. It's like they robots. You ever seen how sheriffs act? They act so like clones. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, like they pulled you out of the population and they put you in isolation, and that's because the more knowledge you got, the more repercussions came with it. But it's a scripture that says that God will not put too much upon us that we cannot bear. And I'm a firm believer in that. He won't put too much on us that we can't bear. So that's why the attacks that I undergo in life, whether on YouTube or in my personal life, it only makes me stronger. Every time somebody attack you out of nowhere and you were saying to yourself, I can't believe such and such did this. Well, believe it. And guess what? You should thank them because they showed you another part of reality. They revealed to you another part of the illusion. They just highlighted that they themselves were illusions all the while. Shouldn't you be happy? Put hand claps up for what I just said. Put smiley faces up. You should be happy. It's nothing to be sad about. Because in the end, loneliness is your best friend. Yeah, I'm going back to them old teachings from earlier this summer, because that's the core. Loneliness, living for yourself and not for others. You can always revert back to that. Everything I teach on this channel is a self-help guide. A soul, a collection of information. We collect on the information. Like the person who left this comment, I don't know him. And it might be better that way because the body is an illusion. Whenever bodies come together, it creates problems. 2 is a company, 3 is a crowd. And half the time, your body language and stuff gives off signals and all that crap, and you don't like how the person look. I prefer, like, we souls anyway. Before the body, we just spirits and souls. So I don't know the person personally who left this comment, but it's a part of the teaching, the doctrine, the soul. What I've read that he wrote, that's his soul. That's his collection of information. And I saw it and I looked at it and I read it and it confirmed something that was inside of me. And me and him, we collected. I don't even know what race he is. It don't matter. We collected together on the information because truth is darkness. So what he wrote, whether he know it or not, was darkness. He wrote darkness up on the page. I'm revealing darkness that he wrote. And it went along with what I had to speak about tonight anyway. So this was perfect. You know? And how the spirit works. It works in mysterious ways. He didn't know that he was about to be used to say something that I already had in my mind and something that I was feeling. He didn't know that he wrote something that summed up the way that I was feeling. I couldn't have put it in no better words. We didn't pre-plan this. He wasn't thinking. I haven't met this man, seen this man a day in my life. What does that tell you? That at all times in this war against us versus them, we have reconnaissance spirits that's working on our behalf in the invisible realm. You know how they got their little camera fixtures up and watching you 24/7? We have the same thing. And that's why we come together on the information. Water is truth. Water is made to collect itself together. Let's use water as an example. You can put a barrier between water right here, a barrier between water right there, a barrier between water right there. Now, remember, we're using water representing truth. A barrier right here. But when you remove those barriers, what happened? All that water collects together in one place. Because the truth was not made to be separated. It was made to be a family, a collection, a soul, a collection of information. And when it comes together, it forms one, Voltron. Though we have our individual bodies, the information is one. That's why I say nobody owns truth. Like what I'm saying right now to you, this is not left side of the brain's truth. This is whoever truth who can feel it when I speak it to them. If it confirms something in you when I'm saying it and you hear it, then it was for you and it was already inside of you. Left side of the brain was just the vessel used to dispense the information. Like if I gave you water in the desert and you was dying, I'm the one who gave you the water. The water is what saved you. The water is truth. I'm just the cup. The truth is the words, the water that saves you. It don't matter where the message come from. I'm insignificant, man. You insignificant. We can get bumped off any day. You think the truth is going to disappear if left side of the brain is not here? Or you think the human prison bar system is going to fade away because one human prison bar died? No, a new baby is born every day. They're just going to replace that human prison bar with another human prison bar. That's it. Simple as that. So don't ever think that it's a one-man show, because it's not. I was contemplating today in a barbershop. I don't believe in leaders. To me, that word leader is just an idol. Because a leader is when you pump up a man to feel like he is the go-to guy. No, your own spirit is the go-to guy. Your own spirit. I'd rather be called an example. That's right. I'd rather be called an example than a leader. An example. Because when you start telling people you're a leader, that's when you form these cults. Like that nature boy. They can't think for themselves. Yes, chief. Yes, chief. Yes, chief. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. That's when you get all that foolishness. Each one of us supposed to be an example. I don't know you from Adam. You don't know me from Adam. But you know I speak the truth. You know I tell it like it is. You know that this is the realest channel on YouTube. I bet you even them women, them human prison bars on this channel who came out firing, they even know that this is the realest channel on YouTube. They even know that. That's right. Why you think they still here? You don't think the devil, when he got kicked out of heaven, that he didn't know the truth? Yeah, that devil, that Satan, that Lucifer, he knows the truth. He still come around when the word of God is being preached because he likes to hear it, just like they like to hear it. Even though they don't live it, they still like to hear it. Am I right or wrong? Am I preaching or what? I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this thing is real, man. And this thing, it plays out in my everyday life. Like this YouTube, it just gives me a microcosm of the macrocosm. That's why I do it. Number one, I love to do it. Number two, what else can I do with my life? You know, I like doing this. You have to love to do this to do it. I love doing this. I love this left side of the brain thing. I love it. This is my like calling in life. And it's about to get more and more, you know, heavier. Like, y'all just don't know what I got in store for the rest of this year. Like, this thing is just about to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm decreeing it. I'm bringing it to life. I'm manifesting it. Even right now as I speak. So this YouTube thing is just a proving ground for me. This is just a testing ground. Because if I can't last a little firestorm on YouTube, then you know I wouldn't be ready for when it gets bigger than this. So I look at these little people, man. To the man who wrote this comment, I look at these little people like target practice, man. And to the man who wrote this, even if you turned against me, the words that you left, they'll never turn against me. Even if you said, oh, fuck left side of the brain, the words that you just wrote right there, I wouldn't deny what you wrote. I would still say, even though he left the channel or he got upset with me, because people do all type of things. I don't put no trust in anybody. I would say one thing. This subscriber, when he wrote that, he wrote a nugget of truth. One thing you can't deny is the truth. Even if it comes from your enemy, you still got to accept the truth for what it is. Keep it real, man. I like to keep it real. And that's just my take on this human prison bar system, man. It's deeper than what you probably ever been told. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to give y'all a secret. These things, they even operate in children. I know y'all, how can he say that? I might get attacked for saying that. They can even operate through children. I'm telling you, children, they come in all sizes, shapes, and forms. They don't discriminate. Any human can be used. See, remember I said when you was a child, you couldn't speak this stuff. So they allowed you to come in. Oh, he's such a cute little kid and this and that, not knowing what you was destined to be. And then when you got older, your true light came out. And when they seen that true light, that's when they rejected you. So if it can be that way on that side of the coin, the devil also have a side of the coin as well, where he has his little kids in training. Y'all didn't know that, did you? You thought every child that was born is born with the same destiny? No. That's not true. And I've witnessed it in my life time and time again. When your spiritual eyes become open, you'll begin to see things. Some things I see, I don't even speak about on this channel because y'all not ready yet. Well, some of y'all, the most of y'all not ready yet. So I don't even put it out on this channel yet. But I am eventually. You wait around long enough, I'm going to reveal more stuff. Like when I said that having kids is demonic, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to reveal something that you probably been reading all your life, but never knew why it occurred that way. That's going to be the next video I do after I upload this one. I got a lot more to reveal, man. But I'm just giving it as the spirit gives it to me. And I'm gonna end this video right here and now. This is Left Side of the Brain. Thumbs up the video. Hit the subscribe button. Leave your love. Leave your hate. We want to know who you are. It's 2020. Oh, before I go, that's another reason why they came out. Thank you, Spirit. Because like I said, we getting closer and closer to 2020. And in your personal life, go ahead and decree it upon your life. I decree it upon my life right now. I want people to start showing their real face to me. Go ahead and decree it in your life because we getting closer to 2020. I'm already in 2020. So when somebody view this video and they see the date it was published, they're going to be like, damn, that dude was on it. He was ahead of his time. That's right. I'm already in 2020. What we say 2020 means, it represents 2020 vision. So we should have no more questions about who is who. None of that. We should have been over that anyway. Shit, I've been like that since 2010. But anyway, this is Left Side of the Brain. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave all the information on how you can donate to the channel and everything. Add us on Instagram and all of that good stuff in the description box. And this is Left Side of the Brain signing out.